What's up guys, it's Mike with Reef and come back at you with another video. And today my 200 gallon tank, I haven't been able to keep the calcium alkalinity up. I'm dosing 35 milliliters a day of calcium alkalinity and it's still hovering around 8.0 and about 410. I really need to bring it up to 440, 8.5, closer to 9. That's where I like my levels, but I don't really want to dose a ton of 2-part. And I have a lot of calcium, or Kalkwasser I should say. So let's think about this. I got a ton of Kalkwasser that I don't really use. What can I do with it to raise up the calcium and alkalinity equally? Kalkwasser. So I'm gonna be making a Kalkwasser dripper. Just, you know, a simple DIY thing because I wanna use it for this tank. But if I ever have like a future build where I wanna use a Kalkwasser like DIY dripper, it'll be perfect for that. Tons of people put their Kalkwasser in their ATO. I don't really want to do that because this is a really nice ATO and I don't want to burn up the pump. I've been putting it in a 5-gallon jug upstairs for my quarantine tank and using that Tunzi osmolator to kind of dose it for an auto top off, but I don't want to do that for this one. Instead, I have tons of room up here to have a container and just kind of drip it down into the sump, if my son doesn't learn how to destroy everything. But that is the plan. I'm gonna make a little dripper that's gonna sit up here and it's going to drip into the sump, and I'll probably do it where it's gonna have like a day's worth supply. That way I fill it up every day and then it'll be a nice slow drip. You gonna move, buddy? Daniel. Hey Dad, I'm just here to mess things up. All right, so let's get started. So I got this from Algae Barn. It's a very small Copepod little plastic bottle. I'm thinking I'm gonna make a simple DIY one out of this one. So we found Daddy's freshwater jug and he decides to push it everywhere. Oh no! Oh, well, that didn't work out too well, did it, buddy? Let's see, what are you gonna do? You gonna keep on pushing? We're gonna take the jug and we're gonna push it. Yes, I will never get anything done with the fish tank because you keep messing with my stuff, huh? The only problem with this container is it doesn't really hold much. It'd be great for kind of like a little QT tank where I drip it in, or a little like Pico tank where you can drip it in. But I need a bigger container like this one. I know, it's horrible. I have to finish all this ice cream in order to get the container, but I think I've done a pretty good job on it so far. It's 4 quarts. And I have, you know, maybe a quart left. So I'll power through this. I will eat the ice cream. It might be a bit, so I might save that to the end where I make another one with this container. But I would suggest getting a larger container because these little guys aren't gonna do much. But I'll show you like a proof of concept on this one before going to this giant ice cream container. So all you're gonna need is a drill bit. I'm gonna do 9/64, a little rigid PVC pipe, or rigid airline tubing I should say, not PVC pipe, some airline tubing, and a dripper. The goal is to drill 2 holes. One hole will be down here and I'll have some of the tubing in it, and I will be able to blow into that tubing, and then the pressure will cause the like calc slurry or whatever you want to call it, not the bottom stuff, to come up out of this rigid tube and then flow out, and then I will adjust it with more airline tubing and this little drip nozzle. So let's get started. So 11/64 was the exact measurement for this to come out. Not too bad. So I'm probably just gonna do something like this, where it's not going to touch the bottom. Well, let's see, right about there. That way, you know, you don't get all the slurry at the bottom. All right, time to drill another hole and put the tubing in. All right, so there you go, pretty easy. You know, I had to go up and pull this out or through the hole with some of these forceps, just because it was so hard to get in because I wanted a nice airtight seal. This one is pretty well sealed, not the best, but it should be good enough to start the siphon coming out with this. So forgive me, the dishwasher is on, so all I did was blow in this and it started the siphon out, and it's working. Now I did lose some air. I could tell that this kind of like loosened up a bit. What I might do is I might put a little super glue around it right there just to hold it in place. Nothing too crazy. It's a little wiggly. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. So that is a DIY calc dripper. Super simple. I already had this stuff laying around. No need to buy the BRS pack for it or anything. And you know, you just test your flow rate on it. Oh, I raised it up above it, so let's drop it down. There we go. Yep, so you just gotta keep it up higher than where the container is, but that way you don't get any gunk in your mouth when you're trying to start the siphon by just blowing this. So let's see how this works. I'm gonna do a little demo on it, and then maybe I'll show you the big container of ice cream when I've created that one. So here's the finished product, the DIY mini calc dripper. Now, this would be perfect for a little nano tank, like a 4 or 5 gallon. Maybe, you know, in the future, there might be a 4 or 5 gallon nano reef coming in the future, and this could be perfect for it. But as far as a 200 gallon tank, this is not gonna cut it. So I gotta finish eating my ice cream and then get that container. Guys, I finally did it. You can't tell. I have eaten all this ice cream for you for this video. I know, I'm just a giver. I just ate all that ice cream for this video, and no other reason did I eat all that ice cream in this entire tub. 4 quarts full of ice cream. Oh man, I'm feeling full. So now that the container is put together, time to put in some Kalkwasser. Now for 1 gallon, you want about 2 teaspoons full. Now this is a little bit less than a gallon, so I'm not going to do a heaping teaspoon. I'm going to do just a little bit under a teaspoon, and then I'll put 2 of them in and mix it up. Now you can well, that's a little too much. You can super saturate it by putting in some vinegar to make it a little bit more concentrated, and it will also do a good job with like adding a carbon source for some bacteria, or a fuel source for bacteria. I don't really need to do that for my tank, not yet. So what I'm just gonna do is kind of mix it up. You can use this, this actually works pretty well. You can use it, mix it up for a little bit, and then I will put the lid on it. So I'll be back with my final setup. So my DIY calc dripper is completely done with my 4 quart tub of ice cream. It took me a while to eat it, but I ate it for you guys. And you can kind of see how I have it laid up here just perfectly, and that size container fits nice and snug right in here. I don't think I could go too much bigger, but this is like the easiest thing to do on hand. So if you got it, you might as well use it. One of the things you want to make sure to do with the line is to not have it touching anything, and make sure that it's going straight down in. I just kind of put it right there, wedged it here just for a second, and you can kind of see how it's kind of already scarred up that area with some of the calc paste. I'm planning on just kind of putting it a little bit like right here. Maybe put like there's a little swinging component here. Just put it right there, and it'll drip right into the outlet of the pump, or I guess the inlet of the pump, and it'll churn it up and send it up to the top. Now I'm not going to do that just yet because I do have a video on Vibrant coming up, and I don't want to affect any of the results. I mean, granted, I don't think anything's going to happen if I dose Kalkwasser, but you know, you want to keep everything safe, or not safe, stable when you're doing these, so you can have accurate results. But I'll give you a demonstration. So I'll just blow on the one side of this hose, and then the calc slurry should come out the other side. That's what she said. Oh my gosh, I gotta get in there a little bit more. All right. Oh man, this is way harder to do when you're trying to film. There we go, finally got it. I had to loosen up that knob all the way. But that's a crazy drip, so I am not going to drip it that fast, but that just kind of gives you an idea of, you know, how fast you could do it, and that would just blow through this container real quick. So let me stop that. All right, so that is my DIY calc dripper. Now, what I would probably do differently is make this hose a little longer. That's kind of hard for me to stick my head in there. But I mean, once you get started, who cares, it's going. I have it kind of just tucked in the back for now. Not gonna start the drip for a bit, but I plan on using this and dripping it. Maybe go through like this every 2 days. So 4 quarts every 2 days. I think that's pretty reasonable. So that is my DIY calc dripper. Now hopefully it'll be able to help kind of increase my levels. I don't feel like dosing any more 2-part when I got tons of Kalkwasser to do, so I'll just kind of supplement my 2-part with the Kalkwasser. Just showing you a shot of the tank at night. It's looking pretty good. I think if I could get my levels a little bit higher, hopefully get like a 9 DKH, because right now it's hovering at like 7. So I want to gradually bring that up. Man, look at that Dragon Soul Fabia. The thing is looking sweet. Oh, yeah, baby. That's one of my favorite corals ever. Just is so fluorescent in the light. Alright guys, so if you like what you see here and you want to see more, click that subscribe button and give me a like and let me know if you like this content. I'll do some more DIYs in the future. Until next time, I'll see you later.